Hi class, the topics for these videos are the following. First one, we have trigonometric function rules, and second, we have our chain rule. These are all topics in differential calculus. The derivative of our trigonometric functions are the following. First, we have the derivative with respect to x of our tangent x is equivalent to secant squared x. Second, the derivative with respect to x of our secant x is equivalent to secant x tangent x. Third, the derivative with respect to our x of our cotangent x is equivalent to negative cosecant squared x. And last one, the derivative with respect to x of our cosecant x is equivalent to negative cosecant x cotangent x. So all we need to do, class, is to memorize these formulas and i-apply natin sa ating mga examples. First example natin, class, is y is equivalent to x minus tangent of x. Take note, for this example, we will be using constant multiple rule for our x, and then sum and difference rule kasi meron tayong operation sa gitna, and then trigonometric rule for our tangent x. So unahin muna natin kay x, we will be using constant multiple rule, that is the derivative with respect to x of any constant un is equivalent to constant u n minus 1. So for this one, x lang siya. So ang mangyayari sa kanya, that is equivalent to 1. That is our derivative. So proceed tayo sa ating sum and difference rule. Ibig sabihin, we just need to differentiate them individually. So lagay natin negative. Proceed tayo kay tangent x. As we have discussed earlier, its formula is the derivative with respect to x of tangent x is equivalent to secant squared x. Ibig sabihin po, yung ating tangent x will be transformed into secant squared x. And by inspection, we cannot simplify this more further, so this will be our final answer. Let us proceed with our letter B example. Y is equivalent to x secant of x. So this example involves product rule because we have two unique functions, which is our function u and our function v. And also, involved din yung ating trigonometric rule because we are dealing with secant x, which is the derivative with respect to x of secant x is equivalent to secant x tangent x. So sulat natin, class, the derivative with respect to x of our product rule, which is u multiplied by v, is equivalent to u multiplied by v prime plus v multiplied by u prime. Again, class, yung u natin is yung ating x and yung ating v is our secant x. So unahin natin, u is equivalent to x. So the derivative of our u is 1. Next is our v, which is equivalent to secant of x, and based dito, the derivative of our secant x is equivalent to secant x tangent of x. So proceed po tayo sa ating product rule. Y prime is equivalent to u po natin is x. V prime po natin is secant x tangent of x. Plus, so plus tayo. So tapos na tayo dito, tsaka dito, and yung plus. Proceed tayo sa ating v. Copy-paste natin si secant x. U prime po natin is 1. So multiplied by 1. Next thing, class, that we need to do is to simplify. So take note, x cannot be multiplied sa ating x sa loob because we are dealing with trigonometric function. Ang gagawin lang natin is itatabi lang natin siya. X, secant of x, tangent of x. Ito, secant x multiplied by 1, ibig sabihin, copy-paste lang natin siya, secant of x. Upon investigation, hindi na natin to masisimplify. This will be our final answer. Kung wala sa choices, class, pwede din natin tong i-factor out yung the same sa kanilang dalawa, which is si secant x. So, ibig sabihin, factor out natin secant x. Ilabas natin si secant x. Ibig sabihin, x and tangent x na lang yung remaining. Dito sa kabila, ilabas natin si secant x. Ibig sabihin, plus 1 na lang yung remaining. So, this will be our final answer. Again, class, eto yung sagot mo or eto that is just the same. I will accept that one. So before we proceed to our next problem, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel by clicking our subscribe button if you want contents like this. Letter C, class, we have y is equivalent to 1 minus cosine x divided by sine x. Pwede natin gamitin yung quotient rule dito pero matatagalan tayo. So, ang gagawin na lang natin is we will try to simplify this first before we differentiate. Kasi yung nasa baba is sin x, wala naman din siyang operations, so we can divide this individually. That is y is equivalent to 1 divided by sine of x minus cosine of x divided by sine of x. So again, class, hindi pa tayo nagdi-differentiate, nagsisimplify pa lang tayo. So y is equivalent to 1 over sine x. Convert natin into its trigonometric identity. As we all know, 1 divided by sine x is equivalent to cosecant of x. So eto will be transformed into cosecant of x. Minus etong cosine x divided by sine x, convert din natin into its trigonometric identity. Cosine of x divided by sine x is equivalent to cotangent of x. So this one will be transformed into cotangent of x. Sakto. Etong dalawa, meron tayong formula kanina which is the derivative with respect to x of our cotangent of x is equivalent to negative cosecant squared x. And the derivative with respect to x of cosecant x is equivalent to negative cosecant x cotangent x. So sa pag-simplify natin, class, take note naging sum and difference rule siya kasi meron tayong operation sa gitna. Ibig sabihin, we just need to differentiate them individually. Unahin muna natin si cosecant x. Kalagay dito sa formula, sundan lang natin, y prime is equivalent to si cosecant x, differentiation niya is negative cosecant x cotangent of x. Tapos na tayo dito, copy natin yung kanyang operation minus. Next is cotangent of x, that is negative cosecant squared x. Last thing that we need to do is to simplify. So, ilagay natin negative cosecant x cotangent of x. Negative multiplied by negative is positive cosecant squared x. So, hindi na siya masisimplify. This will be our final answer. Pwede din, class, i-factor out natin yung the same sa kanila, which is si cosecant x. So, ilabas natin negative cosecant x. So, nilabas natin siya. Cotangent x na lang yung natira. So, si positive magiging negative kasi nilabas natin si negative. Cosecant of x na lang yung natira. Si squared siya. So, this will be our final answer. So, eto tsaka eto is just the same. Depende sa ating choices kung saan sa dalawa yung final answer. Pero para sa akin, silang dalawa is correct. Next topic natin, class, is called as the chain rule. Ang chain rule, ginagamit natin if we are differentiating a function within a function. So, sa mga formulas dito, class, ito yung pinaka-ginagamit ko. That is the derivative with respect to x of our constant un is equivalent to constant nu raised to n minus 1 multiplied by u prime. Ibig sabihin, yung u natin itself can be differentiated again. So, kaya may u prime tayo sa my last part. Sa chain rule natin, class, same pa din lahat ng process na ginagamit natin, madadagdagan lang tayo ng u prime sa last part. Ibig sabihin, yung napili natin na u is i-derive natin ulit. Para mas maintindihan natin, we have our example. Letter A, f of x is equivalent to, open parenthesis, 3x minus 2x squared, close parenthesis, cube. This example, class, is called as applying the general power rule to our chain rule. Ilagay natin yung formula ng ating chain rule is the derivative with respect to x of our cu raised to n is equivalent to cnu raised to n minus 1 u prime. So dito, class, yung ating u is yung merong exponent. So, etong lahat na nasa loob na ating open and close parenthesis, that will be our u, which is equivalent to 3x minus 2x squared. So, para dire-diretso yung ating process mamaya, we will derive our u para maging u prime. Kasi kailangan natin siya mamaya i-substitute. So, lagay natin u prime is equivalent to 3x. We will be using constant multiple rule. Magiging 3 na lang siya. Next is negative 2x squared. Magiging negative. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4x. Then 2 minus 1 is raised to 1. So, pwedeng tanggalin na lang natin. That is 4x. So, meron na tayong u. Meron na tayong u prime. Next is our constant. So, as you can see here, wala po tayong constant sa my front. So, blanco lang. Next is our n, that is equivalent to our exponent na nasa labas, that is cube. So, kompleto na tayo, class. We have our c, we have our n, we have our u, and u prime. Proceed na po tayo sa ating formula. We have f prime of x. Ibig sabihin, the derivative of our f of x is equivalent to our c. So, wala po tayong c, so blanco. Next is n. N po natin is 3. Proceed tayo sa u. U po natin is c, 3x minus 2x squared. Tapos, n minus 1, so that is 3 minus 1 is 2, multiplied by our u prime. So, based dito sa ating na-solve kanina, yung u prime po natin is 3 minus 4x. So, tapos na tayo in differentiating. All we need to do is to simplify. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito, class, is to expand. That is equivalent to, unahin natin itong nasa loob. That is 3 multiplied by 3x minus 2x squared multiplied by 3x minus 2x squared multiplied by 3 minus 4x. So, as you can see, eto, ginawa ko lang siyang dalawa. Kasi squared tayo. Next, we will be using FOIL method para ma-expand natin itong nasa loob. That is equivalent to f prime of x equals 3. Tapin natin, 3x times 3x is positive 9x. 3x multiplied by negative 2x squared is negative 6x cubed. Next is negative 2x squared times positive 3x. That is another negative 6x cubed. And negative 2x squared plus negative 2x squared is positive 4x raised to 4. Then copy-paste natin to 3 minus 4x. Proceed po tayo. Combine like terms yung nasa loob. We have 3, open parenthesis. Unahin natin tong 4x raised to 4. Tapos negative 6x cubed minus 6x cubed is negative 12x cubed plus 9x. Then, copy-paste natin si 3 minus 4x. Proceed po tayo. That is f prime of x is equivalent to 3. I-multiply natin yung nasa loob. 3 times 4 is 12x raised to 4. 3 times negative 12 is negative 36x cubed. 3 times 9 is 27x multiplied by 3 minus 4x. Next is FOIL method ulit tayo pero etong dalawa. That is f prime of x is equivalent to 12x raised to 4 multiplied by 3. That is 36x raised to 4. Negative 36x cubed multiplied by 3 is negative 108x cubed plus 27x multiplied by 3, that is plus 81x. So, konting correction lang po. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. Then, eto may squared. Eto din is may squared. So, eto is 81x squared. Proceed po tayo. Negative 4x times 12x4. That is equivalent to negative 48x raised to 5. Negative 36x cubed multiplied by negative 4x, that is equivalent to positive 144x x raised to 4. Last, we have positive 27x squared multiplied by negative 4x, that is negative 108x cubed. Last thing that we need to do is to combine like terms. F prime of x is equivalent to, unahin natin yung mas malaki yung kanilang exponent. We have negative 48x raised to 5. Next is 36x raised to 4 plus 144x raised to 4 is equivalent to positive 180x raised to 4. Proceed tayo, negative 108x raised to 3 minus 108x raised to 3, that is equivalent to negative 216x cubed. And lastly, we have positive 81x squared. So this will be our final answer kasi hindi na to masisimplify pa. So kung wala to sa choices, pwede din natin siyang i-factor out, that is equivalent to x squared. Ibig sabihin x squared yung ilabas natin. Magiging negative 48x cubed plus 180x squared minus 216x plus 81. That is our final answer. So again, eto tsaka eto, the same lang. So eto correct. Eto din is correct. Letter B example, we have f of x is equivalent to the cube root of x squared minus 1 squared. So this is called as differentiating function involving radicals because we have a cube root. So first thing that we need to do is to rewrite, that is f of x is equivalent to, eto is gagawin nating fraction form yung kanyang exponent. Take note, we have the mth root of x raised to n is equivalent to x raised to n divided by m. So dito, we have x squared minus 1 raised to 2 divided by 3. So gagamitan natin siya class ng chain rule, that is the derivative with respect to x of constant un is equivalent to cnu raised to n minus 1 u prime. So the same process po kanina, yung ating u dito is yung may exponent, which is yung nasa loob, which is si x squared minus 1. Proceed po tayo sa kanyang derivative kasi kailangan natin si u prime. That is equivalent to x squared magiging 2x. And then si negative 1 is a constant rule. Take note, pag constant rule, that is all constant is equivalent to 0 pag i-derive. Next is our constant. So blanco kasi wala tayong constant sa front. And then yung ating n, which is our exponent, is 2/3. So let's proceed with our differentiation, that is f prime of x is equivalent to constant. So wala tayong constant. N po natin is 2/3. The next is our u, which is x squared minus 1. We have an exponent of n minus 1. So that is 2/3 minus 1 is equivalent to negative 1/3. Pwede mo naman ding i-calculator para sure. Last thing is yung ating u prime. Based dito, yung u prime po natin is 2x. So we are done in our differentiation. All we need to do is to simplify this one. Ilagay lang natin sa baba yung may exponent na negative. So ang may iwan sa taas is si 2 multiplied by 2x divided by x squared minus 1. So binaba natin siya, magiging positive 1/3. So sulat lang natin class, x raised to negative m is equivalent to 1 over x raised to the positive m. Ibig sabihin, if ililipat natin siya sa baba, magiging positive siya. So simplify na lang natin to, that is equivalent to 2 multiplied by 2 is 4x divided by x squared minus 1 raised to 1/3. So wag nating kalimutan yung ating 3 na denominator. Lagyan natin dito 3. Then dito din sa kabila is 3. So this will be our final answer. Take note class na may mga books na bawal daw na may radical sa baba. So we need to rationalize this one. But again, para sa akin, pwede na to na final answer. Letter C example class, we have g of t is equivalent to -7 divided by 2t minus 3 squared. So dito class, huwag mong gamitan ng quotient rule kasi matatagalan ka lang. Take note, yung nasa taas is just a constant. So pwede nating i-move itong denominator natin sa numerator para mas madali siyang isolve. So rewrite natin g of t is equivalent to -7 2t minus 3 raised to -2. Take note, ang ginamit ating formula is 1 divided by x raised to m is equivalent to x raised to -m. So, ibig sabihin, yung nasa baba, nilagay lang natin sa taas, naging negative yung kanyang exponent. So, pag ganito, we will be using chain rule, that is the derivative with respect to x of our constant u raised to n is equivalent to constant n u raised to n minus 1 u prime. Same po kanina, let us define kung sino yung u natin, which is nasa loob ng ating open and close parenthesis, 2t minus 3. So derive natin siya class, yung ating u prime is equivalent to 2t is magiging 2, -3 is magiging 0, kasi the derivative with respect to x of our constant is equivalent to 0. Next is our constant, yung nasa front natin, which is si -7. Pagkatapos, yung ating n, which is our exponent, which is equivalent to -2. So, kompleto na tayo. We have our u, u prime, c, and n. So, proceed tayo sa ating formula. C yung nauna. So, lagay natin dito, g prime of t is equivalent to our constant, which is -7. N, which is our -2, U, which is equivalent to 2t minus 3, N minus 1, ibig sabihin -2 minus 1 is -3, then U prime po natin is 2. So we're done with our differentiation. All we need to do is to simplify this one. So lagay natin, -7 multiplied by -2 is +14. Multiplied by +2 is +28. Multiplied by 2t minus 3 raised to -3. So in our final answer, dapat walang negative na exponents. So we will just transfer this one pababa. That is x raised to -m is equivalent to 1 over x raised to the +m. So eto magiging g prime of t is equivalent to 28 divided by 2t minus 3 raised to +3. Final answer. So you don't need to expand this one class. Okay na yan siya na naka-cube. So we have here our last example for this video. That is y is equivalent to 3x minus 1 divided by x squared plus 3. Then lahat siya is naka-squared. So for this example, gagamit pa din tayo ng chain rule, that is the derivative with respect to x of our constant u raised to n is equivalent to cn u raised to n minus 1 multiplied by u prime. Same process po tayo kanina. First thing that we need to do is to determine our u, which is yung nasa loob ng ating exponent. In this case, we have 3x minus 1 divided by x squared plus 3. Next thing po is the derivative of our u. That is our u prime is equivalent to, take note, this one is a quotient rule. And recall lang po natin, the formula for quotient rule is the derivative with respect to x of our u divided by v is equivalent to v multiplied by u prime minus u multiplied by v prime over v squared. So, susundin lang po natin yan, class. Step by step lang po tayo. Etong nasa taas natin will be our u. Yung nasa baba po natin will be our v. Sundan natin yung formula. First one is v. Copy natin si v, which is x squared plus 3. And then yung ating u prime, which is the derivative of this one, that is 3. Then, etong -1 is 0. So, 3 na lang siya. Proceed tayo sa negative. So, minus. Then copy po daw natin si u. For this one, yung u natin is 3x minus 1. Next is our v prime. Ibig sabihin the derivative of our denominator that is x squared magiging 2x and si 3 is magiging 0, so 2x na lang siya. Last is yung v natin is squared daw natin. That is all divided by yung v natin is x squared plus 3 then squared. So meron na tayong u, meron na tayong u prime. Next is our constant is wala, blanco kasi yung nasa front. Then yung ating n, which is our exponent, is squared. Ito siya. So kumpleto na tayo. We have our u prime, c, and n. Sundan na natin yung formula dito. That is y prime is equivalent to, constant natin is wala, n natin is 2, u natin is eto, yung nasa loob, which is 3x minus 1 divided by x squared minus 3. So, ilagay lang natin siya sa baba para magkasya tayo. Next is our exponent. We have n minus 1, so that is 2 minus 1, so that is positive 1. Last thing is yung ating u prime. Ito lahat, copy-paste natin. We have x squared plus 3 multiplied by 3 minus 3x minus 1 multiplied by 2x. That is all divided by x squared plus 3 squared. So we're done with our differentiation. Last thing that we need to do is to simplify this long equation. So we have y prime is equivalent to, so yung denominator natin is the same. Correction lang, this is plus kasi positive tayo dito. So the same lang sila, magiging x squared plus 3 raised to the power of 3 lang siya. So unahin natin yung sa taas. We have 2 multiplied by 3x is positive 6x. Negative 1 multiplied by 2 is negative 2. Then eto sa kabila, copy-paste lang muna natin. We have x squared times 3 is 3x squared. 3 times 3 is positive 9. Minus, eto, multiply natin. We have 3x times 2x is 6x squared. Minus 2x. Close parenthesis. So, lagyan natin ng close parenthesis, then that is all divided by x squared plus 3 cubed. Kasi squared dito, raised to 1 dito, so 2 plus 1 is 3. So, simplify natin ulit class, magiging 6x minus 2 multiplied by, eto is magiging 3x squared plus 9 minus 6x squared, negative times positive, ayan, negative. Negative times negative is positive 2x. That is all divided by x squared plus 3 cubed. Next thing that we need to do is to distribute everything sa loob. Magiging y prime is equivalent to 6x times 3x squared is magiging 18x cubed. 6x times 9 is 54x. 6x times negative 6x squared is negative 36x cubed. 6x times 2x is positive 12x squared. Negative 2 times 3x squared is negative 6x squared. Negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. Negative 2 times negative 6x squared is positive 18x squared. And negative 2 times positive 2x is negative 4x. That is all divided by x squared plus 3 cubed. So, adjust lang natin, class. Ayan po. Then, last thing that we need to do is to combine like terms and simplify. Unahin natin yung mas malaking exponent. We have 18x cubed minus 36x cubed is negative 18x cubed. Next thing, we have 12x squared minus 6x squared is 6x squared plus 18x squared is positive 24x squared. Next, we have 54x minus 4x is 50x. And last one, we have negative 18, copy-paste lang natin. That is all divided by x squared plus 3 cubed. So yung nasa baba, we don't need to expand that one. So this will be our final answer. So that ends our topic for this video. Thank you for listening and I hope that you have learned something for this video. Goodbye.